The emotional cost of integration, what it takes from the mind, the heart, and the soul. You are listening to Empower Mind Talk, navigating mental health, strength, and belonging. And let me tell you something, this is a real soul talk. I am your host, Maureen, a life and purpose coach, mental health advocate, agile coach, author, and a fellow traveler on this winding path of healing, identity, and homecoming. Welcome back, dear souls, to Empower Mind Talk. This is a space where the hidden costs are named, where survival is not mistaken for success, where integration is no longer measured by paperwork, language, or just performance. Here, we speak about what it really costs. Here, you belong. So, let's begin. Integration is often spoken about as an achievement. And here, let me just have a small spoiler. I wrote about the topic of integration in my current book. It's called Integration Can It Work? Amani, available on Amazon, both in English and Germany. So if you haven't read that book, please get your copy and just have a look in it. In this book, I talked about the systems, the school, the search for housing, the language that sticks, the jobs that you get, and more of the system part of it. And a spoiler on this, I'm loading the second book of integration. And this time we will go deeper into the cost. What does it do with my feeling? What does integration do with me as a person on the inside? Not just the system, but the inward work. And to continue now, sorry for the spoiler. And of course, integration is often spoken about as an achievement. You learn the language, you find work, you adapt, you function. And from the outside, it looks like success. But rarely we do ask, or rarely do we even ask, what did it cost you internally? What did you have to silence inside you so that you can function, adapt, or assimilate? What parts of yourself did you have to put on hold just to survive? And these parts, we're going to tackle them today on this episode, but intensively in the upcoming book. Because integration does not only happen on forms, it happens in the body, in the mind, in the heart, in the soul. And that cost is rarely visible, or actually no one even talks about it. To begin with, let's start with the cost on the mind, and that is the mindset. The mind becomes strategic. You learn quickly what is rewarded and what is punished. You think ahead. You anticipate reactions. You calculate risks. You learn to be careful with your words, with your opinions, with your emotions. Not because you lack intelligence, but because misunderstanding can cause and have consequences. And over time, the mind becomes tired, always thinking, always adjusting, always alert, and rest becomes unfamiliar. Now let's get deeper a little bit. The cost on the heart. The heart set. The heart learns restraint. You feel deeply but express selectively. You miss home but you don't want to seem ungrateful. You feel pain but you don't want to be labeled difficult. So the heart learns to hold, to contain, to compress, to survive quietly. And in that holding, something tender begins to ache. Because the heart was not designed to live behind walls forever. Getting to another level deeper, the cost on the soul set. This is the cost few speak about. The soul carries identity. It remembers where you come from. It remembers how you once laughed freely, how you once took up spaces without permission. Integration, when done without humanity, asks the soul to negotiate its existence, to soften, to adapt, to blend. And slowly, the question arises, who am I becoming, or who am I leaving behind? This is not a failure. It is grief. You might be asking, why does this even matter when it comes to me asking my mind, my soul, my heart to integrate? Yes, it is something that matters, and it matters a big deal when it comes to our mental well-being, because an acknowledged cause does not disappear, but it accumulates. It shows up as emotional exhaustion. It shows up as loss of joy, identity, confusion, quiet sadness without a clear source, a longing you can't even quite name, not because you made the wrong choices, but because you are asked to carry integration alone. And a truth that needs to be spoken clearly is integration should never require self-reassurance. Not at all. It should never demand that you abandon parts of yourself to be accepted. If success costs your wholeness, then the system needs to be questioned, not you. If this resonates deeply with you, pause here. And like I always mention, just when you are in a position to do so. If not, please skip these for later. Place a hand on your chest and breathe and allow this truth to land gently. I am allowed to grieve what integration took from me. I am allowed to name the cost. I am allowed to reclaim myself. There is no shame in this realization. It is just but wisdom. I have got 3 grounding truths when it comes to integration that I would like to share with you. Number 1, functioning is not the same as flourishing. You deserve more than just survival. Number 2, your exhaustion has context. It is, or it did not come just from know-how or nowhere. Number 3, healing begins when cost is acknowledged. Wholesome or wholeness starts with honesty. Be honest and let's start healing together. I got an affirmation for you that I can give for today. Say this slowly. Let it settle. I choose wholeness over performance. I honor what this journey cost me. I am allowed to come home to myself today and for the future. If today's reflection touched something deeply inside you, please know you are not alone. Many carry these costs silently. Many never hear it named. Share this episode with someone who might finally feel understood. Subscribe to Empower Mind Talk. Leave a review if this space feels like truth. And remember, integration is not the goal. Wholeness and belonging is the goal. Until next time, may you feel grounded. May you feel gentle with yourself. And may you remember, you are allowed to be whole again.